Greetings duelists and welcome to another video. So as you guys already know, Rage of the Abyss is already legal in the OCG. This is the next main booster set right after Infinite Forbidden. I already made a video talking about how you should be preparing for Rage of the Abyss, thinking of how some cards were going to like shake up the metagame and like some strategies were going to just do well no matter what. And it kind of shows. Despite the format still being the same as it is, like Snake Eyes is very dominant right now. Tenpai Dragons is very close, and then you have like all the other strategies. Like Yubel like went down significantly, while Labyrinth is keeping up as well as Centurion. The one deck I did not mention from Rage of the Abyss, at least post Rage of the Abyss format, that really like is catching people off guard and is now doing significantly better now is Memento. Uh, Memento pretty much benefited from the same thing Yubel did. It is a strategy that can play with the new Fiendsmith cards. Like the Lacrima Sorrow is a card that really aids anything that can play Fiendsmith, and Memento is no exception to this. The new Centurion support, it just helps the strategy significantly a lot. And Labyrinth, as I mentioned beforehand, like is just one of the better decks that can handle both most charming monsters. It has a really good Tenpai matchup, which is something I want to talk about as well. And yeah, overall, I think my predictions were correct. But let's look here. So, as you can see here, out of 23 Snake Eye decks that have like won in the past week, 18 of them is playing the Azamina engine. I already talked about how the Azamina engine was going to be very strong in this deck. I do have a replay showing you how the combo works. It is a one card combo-ish. You do need two cards in order to fulfill it, but it's just a one card combo that can bridge into both Fiendsmith and Snake Eye cards. But yeah, so the combo goes as it goes here. Before I talk about the combo, I have to give a shout out where it's due. I already posted in the community channel, but this person right here, Kujo Cattleya, did a full combo video, like just doing like Snake Eye things with the Azamina cards and with the Fiendsmith cards. So if you like visual content, I do recommend you checking out her channel. At least checking out this video. I will post it in the description. I already posted it in the community tabs. If you want a more written like explanation, ROTA the King already has an explanation explaining the entire combo as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's show you the combo. So the card that makes everything possible is this card right here, Sinful Spoils Deception. This card says tribute one monster from your hand or field, add one Azamina card from your deck to your hand. If a monster is sent from your opponent's graveyard and you control Azamina monster, you can make your opponent lose 1500 life points, and if you do, gain 1500 life points. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, because it was sent there this turn, you can set it during the end phase. Really powerful card. It's like one of the better Sinful Spoils that we've had so far, next to Wanted and the Snake Eye one. So basically the play is you activate Deception. Deception can... These are two blank cards. These could be anything, as long as they're not redundant engine cards, like for example Snake Eye Temple. So we're just going to dump Fuwaross, for example. And that is going to add us Sacred Azamina. And Sacred Azamina reads, reveal one Azamina fusion monster. You can send Sinful Spells cards from your hand or field to a graveyard for every 4 level the revealed monster has. So, every revealed level is not like surplus to the level. So, if it's not level 8, you can send 1. If it is level 8 onwards, you have to send more than 1. So you send the Deception, and that is going to summon Mu Arcielago, Muercelago, upon fusion summon, can add any Azamina or Sinful Spoils card from your deck to your hand. And I'll give you 3 seconds to guess what are we going to add with Arcelago. 3, 2, it's Wanted, Seeker of the Sinful Spoils. Yep, so I'm going to activate Wanted, and Wanted is going to add as the Black Witch. The Black Witch is going to special summon, dump in the bonfire. She's going to set OSS, our favorite card. We're going to link these two away into Closed Heaven. The reason we're linking these two away is because we want extra value out of our Arcelago with the Sacred Azamina spell. So now Sacred Azamina is going to add itself back to your hand. And take note, we have done 3 special summons by now. So a Sacred Azamina is going to send OSS, and that is going to special summon Rhea Silvera. So this combo is Nibiru proof, quote unquote, because Rhea Silvera can literally just negate the activation of any opponent's card by tributing itself to a graveyard. So now we continue. We're going to summon Requiem, and you're probably thinking, oh, we're just going to summon Engraver. Well, this is where Rage of the Abyss also changes things for the Fiendsmith cards. Instead of summoning Engraver, we're going to summon Scarlet Sorrow. So if you remember Scarlet Sorrow, this card is always treated as a Fiendsmith, so you can use her in any way. And upon normal special summon, you can just send 1 Fiendsmith card from your deck to your graveyard, any Fiendsmith card, it could be monster or spell. And in your opponent's turn, you can shuffle this monster back to resummon any Link monster. So, really, really good card. We're just going to dump Engraver. Engraver is going to do its graveyard effect. You're going to resummon Engraver. And then Engraver and Lacrima are going to link into sequence. And this is where the combo diversifies a lot. Another thing that Lacrima does to the Fiendsmith cards, that this issue was already solved in the TCG because of Necro Equip, but without counting Necro Equip, the other thing that Lacrima does for us is that it gives us an extra Fiend monster in our graveyard without the needing of activating Tract or Sanctus or like using Fabled Lure or using other Fiend monsters. So thanks to this, now we have an instant access into like this array. We can summon Lacrima and just summon back Engraver. We can do a lot of things without exhausting more resources. So this is where the combo diversifies. You have a lot of different options. Option number 1 is going to like summon Lacrima and then just use Lacrima to like grab back the Engraver, and then you use Engraver to just grab Tract and Lure. What this combo does for us is basically you're just filtering through more cards in the deck. You can also make Beatrice with these two, and this gets us to the old Snake Eye combo. However, that part of the combo is not needed anymore because we do have OSS in graveyard and we have not normal summoned. We'll get to that point. We'll get to that in a moment. So what we're going to do here is going to do something else. We're going to use 3 materials and we're just going to summon Desiree. We're going to summon Desiree, and then we're just going to use Sequence Effect to just equip to the Desiree. The other thing you can do is keep the sequence where it is, and then use it as a link material, and then use the sequence to equip to the Desiree. It could work either way. Either way, we're just going to put back the 3 materials. And this is just like one of the things that just makes Fiendsmith like very strong. Is like the entire engine is recyclable, and now even more so with Lacrima. So we're now going to use OSS. OSS is going to add a Snake Eye Ash. We're going to normal Ash, Ash into Poplar, Poplar into Temple, Temple into Bellstar. Excuse me. And you already know the rest of the gist of it. You already know how the rest of the combo goes by now. Oak, bring that back. You can summon. Yep, you can do that. You can do that. You can just send for like there are many different ways you do this combo by now. You don't have to follow it the same way I am. If you already played Snake Eyes, you already know how this goes. Um, Take note, we still have Wanted in the graveyard to just shuffle back OSS and just draw us a card. So you pretty much like everything that you lost in card advantage because of the Azamina cards, you just regained it back because of how the simple spoil cards work. So you should be equal in size in card advantage at this point. But yeah, this is just like one of the more powerful combos that we have in the game now. And now we just have another starter for it. And not only does this starter gives us the entire combo, this also gives us even more insulation against hand traps or against or another form of interruption against your opponent's cards. So that's why you see the Fiendsmith Snake Eye deck doing so well. Like, it's pretty much popping off in the OCG right now, and a lot of builds are playing the Azamina cards. So let's talk about Tenpai Dragons. They did have Sanguine Summoning Limited, so you're probably wondering what is Tenpai Dragon doing, or what did they gain from Rage of the Abyss that actually just made this strategy be really powerful again. You probably already guessed it, but if you haven't, is that the main reason Tenpai Dragons are doing super well right now is because of Fuwaross and because of Dominus Impulse. I already brought up how these two hand traps were going to be very, very strong for the game, especially decks that can abuse it, and the Tenpai Dragon strategy is no exception to this rule. One thing that Tenpais can do is that if they go first, you can just summon Heretic Seal and pass, and if your opponent activates anything or just summons anything, you can tribute your Heretic Seal, and then when you have no cards on the board, and in the same chain, just activate Fuwaross. And basically, you're relying on drawing into other hand traps, but like between the two Nibiru's, the 3 Ash Blossoms, the 3 Maxis that you can pair up with Fuwaross, mind you, the 3 Vaders, the 3 Imperms, and now the Dominus Impulse, you just have so many hand traps you're going to draw out of Fuwaross or like out of Maxi, and it's enough to just stop your opponent. The Tenpai Dragon strategy doesn't need a lot in order to like do its plays. It just needs to get the ball rolling, and with a way to simplify the game state with all these cards, it's just very easy for them to do so. So if you're a Tenpai Dragon player, this is a W on your book. I actually did not anticipate this as like thinking post Radio the Abyss. So this is another strategy that's doing very, very well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you found this video to your liking and understanding. There are other decks that are doing very respectable, but as of right now, this is probably what's going to be the format for a little bit. And this is like depending on how the ban list goes, like in the OCG, like this is going to be probably be our next format. Like you don't need Appaloosa. You don't need Flamber's Dragon. You don't need a lot of things to make this combo possible. Like I think the Azamina cards are just going to replace whatever Snake Eye lost. If they don't hit Wanted, the Seeker of Sinful Spoils, I think this might still be the best deck because you're just going to have a very, very consistent one card engine that is just going to like bridge into your other cards and just going to like be problematic for the game again. But yeah, that's it from me. Keep practicing and keep dueling.